Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to everybody out there. We are back. Welcome Ham. We did a session last night, but unfortunately, I ended up getting a YouTube strike. For those of you that saw it last night, I appreciate you. It's still on Facebook if you want to go holler at it. It's still on my Twitter if you want to go holler at it. Welcome everybody right now, man. We are here to have a recap on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus Dallas Cowboys versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And yeah, so what you think, man? You know what I'm saying? What's your thoughts? First off, I just got to clutch Tom Brady though.
I'm gonna keep it simple, 100, straight to the point. One, it was only week one, as we talked about. So you can't really gauge or put oh shoot, they played this. Oh dang, they were so sorry. Dang, why didn't XYZ player do it? It's week one. So in week one, everybody is coming with their 100%. At least you would hope that everybody's healthy coming into week one. So it's hard to compare that. The real trenches will come in week 6, 7 onward when you have the fact that we've been in the season. So you have injuries or you have bodies getting tired. You have all this other factor in. But I think overall, the Bucs showed why they were Super Bowl champions last year. I think the Dallas Cowboys showed why they are going to be a good team this year. I think this is the one year, and I hate Cowboys fans because they always like this every year. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, Cowboys this, America's team, and they never do anything. But I think this is the one year that the Cowboys actually make noise. Now, what exactly is that noise? That's to be determined. But they definitely looked good last night. But again, it's only week one. So Dak Prescott looked like his injury didn't bother him. So, it's a lot of things that kind of go into play. So the plus side of it, I think we saw the greatness of Tom Brady once again. Look at my brother just joined on here. Okay. Tom Brady just
okay, let's go.
Tom Brady continued to show that he's the GOAT. And, Gronk made some big catches. So as far as offensive side, I don't think we have anything to worry. I've always said that Mike Evans needs the ball more. And between Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette, one of them got to pick a game not to have a turnover. Like you can't have both your running backs have turnovers.
It's not like they trying to do it on purpose.
No, but Ronald Jones has had a fumbling problem, and Leonard Fournette has not been able to catch. This is now the second season where these issues are still relevant. So I think for the Bucs moving forward on offensive side, this is what I would do. I would, and Byron Leftwich, I'm sure, is trying to do this, but get Mike Evans more incorporated into the offense, because if you can get him incorporated with the deep threat that Antonio Brown gave you, AB gave you yesterday,
yeah,
we know how potent the offense is. So I would try to get Mike Evans more incorporated and make sure that you are moving the ball. The Bucs started again yesterday with the 3 and out.
Hey, so I would say this though. Well, I'm gonna go back to the part. Hold on what you're saying. I'm gonna go back to the part with the Leonard Fournette and the Ronald Jones part. I felt like, for some reason, have you noticed that when Ronald Jones, when he fumbled, and they've been doing this all last year, have you noticed that when he fumbled, he don't usually go back in the game?
Because I think that is a Bruce Arians tactic and understanding. And Ronald Jones also knows that the person right behind him is a first-round draft pick that set records at LSU. So Leonard Fournette ain't this scrub that you be like, okay, he come in, I'm coming back out. I don't care. He knows, like Ronald Jones knows that his opportunity and his window is like this. Versus another team, you can fumble and have turnovers and not do stuff, and you're going to be starting. But we saw last year when Ronald Jones got hurt, Leonard Fournette took over. Playoff Lenny became a a synonym associated with.
And he actually didn't even like that name. That's the crazy part.
Yeah. So yeah, Leonard Fournette, playoff Lenny came, then Lombardi Lenny. So we know what Leonard Fournette can do, and I think someone just said Kent Jackson just said he's not the type of back to catch out the backfield. That may
and
be
that's
true,
why we got Bernard.
Correct. That may be true, but he cannot be that type of back in a Tom Brady offense. Tom Brady loves dumping the ball off to backs and tight ends, which is how Rob Gronkowski has his Hall of Fame career, which is how
him last night with that one-handed catch.
Yeah. So, and we like you just mentioned Bernard. He caught some crucial passes in the fourth quarter.
Leonard did too now. Leonard caught the pass on that last drive.
In order to be great, though, Leonard Fournette and Ronald Jones are going to have to understand as a running back, you got to catch in this league. This league is not the Jerome Bettis, Mike Allstott, where running backs, all you got to do is run. It's not that league anymore. Like, you have to catch, and that's because the offensive side is becoming more fast-paced. If you notice, like, offenses are not having fullbacks, like when the Bucks and Mike Allstott, you had a Dunn Allstott or Allstott, and when Michael Pittman was back there, you could give Allstott the ball maybe one time, and then Pittman gets it. Like, those offenses are not like that anymore. So,
and Ward Dunn could actually catch.
Yeah, well, he could. And so that's what Leonard Fournette has to understand. And I thought the offseason, and again, it's only week one, so we may be harping on something that does not, really take place as the season goes on. But Leonard Fournette
who is the starter, though? Is it Ronald, or is it because Leonard started off the game on the opening drive, so that made me feel like, okay, he's the classified starter.
I think you have to look at teams and matchups. So now, if Ronald Jones hadn't fumbled, he may have been starting.
We got some cowgirls in here.
Yeah, I was going to address her because I mentioned it. Kiki, I don't know if you joined us in the beginning of this podcast, but I said I was tired of Cowboys fans because every year Cowboys fans do this. So hopefully you saw that when I was doing this. Because, yeah, Cowboys fans, all y'all do is talk. But that pass, I'm sorry, in the pros, you're taught, if it touches your hands, you catch it. Like, that's – and it wasn't like Leonard Fournette had to jump high up in the air to try to catch it. He literally was in a motion of running when the ball hit his hands and popped up in the air. And you can't – like, you have to bring that down. Like, you can't – like, it's just no excuse. I'm sorry. Like, and it would be different if it was the first time Leonard Fournette has done that, but he did it last season. Ronald Jones did it last season. So you have a Hall of Fame quarterback that you've now had 2 off seasons to practice with and prepare with. So you should know his tangibles. And so fumbling is going to happen. Yes, every running back is going to fumble. The greats, the Hall of Famers have done it. But the problem is Ronald Jones seems to fumble because he tries to do that extra turn or spin, and that's literally every time he fumbles when he tries to do that extra move, and he forgets to protect the ball. So he's doing that turn or trying to jump over somebody, and his arm is out, and the defender comes and knocks it. Versus remembering you got to tuck the ball away. And that's what it literally seems like all of his fumbles are like that. And so I think Bruce Arians has, and someone mentioned Ronald Jones' mental. I think that's just part of Bruce Arians' whole environment of if you mess up, you will be.
Yeah, I mentioned it.
Yeah, so like I think Ronald Jones has that in his head, knowing, again, Leonard Fournette is behind him. It would be different if it was Ronald Jones and an 8th round draft or 6th round draft pick sitting on the bench behind him. He like, bro, I done did this. He ain't gonna replace me. But he knows Leonard Fournette can replace him, and vice versa. Leonard Fournette knows Ronald Jones can replace him. So, I think it's. Mike,
what are you talking about, Mike James?
Jamie, let me comment first, and you can ride on him. Mike, we talked about.
Well, first of all, he ain't got
this
no
when
picture.
Jameis was quarterback.
First off, he on Facebook with no picture. Let's just say that. Who's on Facebook with no picture?
Mike, we've been doing this when Jameis was quarterback because
boy, we've been on it. Boy, we've been on it since Trent Dilfer days, boy, and we was doing this when Jameis was quarterback, boy. We ain't gonna give him much attention, but get on.
I would love to hear from him, Mike. I think if you scroll up, my dog spoke of reasons. It was 6 minutes ago. He posted a link in there for you to show your face. I would love to talk to you because you look like a
you can always if y'all got opinions on what y'all want to say, if y'all feel like y'all don't want to type it in, y'all can always click that link down there and come on up in here. You feel me? Come on up in here. Hold on. FLA Jimmy said, FLA, we've been at it since orange and white, boy.
A creamsicle.
For
Bucko
real,
Bruce.
bro.
The Bucko Bruce days when the Bucs fans put a bag over their head because Barry Sanders ran through us every game. But no, yeah. So that's my offensive side concerns. On the defensive side, I say this every game. I said it in the Super Bowls. Going back to the last game last year, my concern has always been with the Bucs as a team has been the secondary. We know the offense is going to be the GOAT. We know our front line, and Vita Vea played a hell of a game last night.
And shout out to that play that he had too when he pushed the guard down and ran into Dak. I mean, like I said, I think a lot of people don't understand. You got to really understand football to understand his influence, because if you watch football, if you're just watching the game and don't understand the sport, you're not going to understand where Vita can benefit. You know, I think that everybody is typically thinking, they're typically thinking that, well, how come he's not sacking the quarterback? And he's never been a big sack monster. Every time Vita Vea lines up, it's going to be automatically two people guarding him, because nobody can guard him. It's really nobody can really guard dude. I mean, everybody else is pretty much guardable on that line. Even I'm gonna just say Sue. I always mess that up. Yeah, I always mess that up. But Vita is he's non-guardable, bro. So automatically, if you just sticking one person on him, he automatically attract two. So that leaves space. So that's why I got to give the Cowboys some credit last night, man, because I felt like Dak should have ate that dirt about 3 times. He only ate it 1 time, and shout out to Shaq Barrett.
Yeah,
shout out to Shaq Barrett.
Again, that's my concern. It has always been a secondary from SMB to Carlton Davis to Antoine Winfield to Jordan Whitehead. The secondary has always been my problem. The front, the line with JPP, with our sack leader Shaq Barrett, and then when you talk about Devin White, and then you talk about
amazing A+, A minus. I mean, A+ or just a regular A. I mean, those guys. What will be your grade for? All right, let's go down the roster of this thing on the depth chart. All right, when it comes to the core position, let me see what your grade is for each and every one. The wide receivers last night, what grade would you give them as a whole?
So take away Antonio Brown, I give them a C, because there were too many drops, and Chris Godwin.
You must be talking about Chris. It's all Chris' fault then.
Yeah. So I mean, he had a touchdown catch, yes, but he also had a drop, and he also had a fumble that could have hurt the Bucs. And luckily, the Cowboys didn't really kill us with that turnover, but the Bucs could have went ahead with almost 2 minutes left in the game when the Bucs were driving, and he fumbled on the 3. The Bucs, you just cannot do that. Like, you cannot do that. If you're Chris Godwin, who we know he wants to be at number 1 on a team, you cannot do that. Like, you can't do that. So my disappointment is Chris Godwin, and he kind of drops that down. But on the flip side, as I mentioned, AB has shown, and knock on wood, he's been quiet and just been killing it and taking care of his business. And that's
he's staying with the Bucs. He ain't going nowhere.
And that's what you need. He has the speed, as we saw in that bomb that Brady got. That Brady, shout out to Brady, because everybody said he had a noodle arm, but he's still slinging it. So, it's Yeah, so I mean, for the receivers, that's how I get running backs. I mean, the Bucks unfortunately switched their game plan last night, and with Ronald Jones fumble, I think that kind of threw out the whole run. And because they were going back and forth, because defense to me was such a disappointment, Dak Prescott put up numbers that the Bucks defense cannot be allowing other quarterbacks to do.
So what would you give? What would you give Tom Brady last night? What grade? I give Tom Brady. I give Tom Brady a B.
No, I would give probably Tom Brady
B plus.
I would say either B plus or an A. I mean, Tom Brady didn't really do
it. Or B plus or A minus.
Hold on. Let me answer. Kent first, and then Mike, because Mike is trolling right now. Kent. Now, I mean, AB didn't have a drop, but so for me, wide receivers are going to drop passes. I mean, just like running backs are going to fumble, wide receivers are going to drop passes. But for me, harping on Godwin is because his drop passes came in the most inopportune time, aka that fumble. We were on a 3-yard line. Like you cannot fumble when you were trying to put a stamp on the game and end the game. If the Bucs would have scored a touchdown there, the game was over. You didn't have to worry about the Cowboys coming back, kicking a field goal, and then Brady having to stomp back and the Bucs making a field goal with 2 seconds left. If the Bucs would have scored there, game was over.
Hey, be him. Watch this. Hey, Mike. Hey, I got something to say to you real quick. Get your behind on out of here, boy. You block. Get your behind out of here, boy. All right, keep going.
See, I was going to answer, Mike.
He gone. And who had a podcast back during the Josh Freeman days?
I was about to say, Cadillac Williams. That was before Twitter and Facebook. I mean, like that was.
Come on, bro. Stop the game. The man ain't got no picture, bro. So he don't need no response. He ain't got no picture. If you got a picture, then we'll talk to you. He ain't got no, we were talking to him, so we gave him a little bit of energy. But back on to the report, bro. You know what I'm saying? But all right. You give Tom Brady a B plus and B plus or
A minus.
Okay, A minus.
Because again,
what about the offensive
line? With Brady, when you look at his numbers, the bad numbers weren't his fault. That interception wasn't his fault, and then that Hail Mary, he just threw it up there just to try to hopefully get in the end zone. So Brady played a very consistent Tom Brady is game. We know Tom Brady ain't gonna run. He ain't gonna run out the pocket, scramble. Like Tom Brady played and did what Tom Brady does best: protect the ball, give the ball to people when it matters, and go. So, what was it? You said defense?
Well, I said offensive line.
O-line. I mean, I would give them
A. Well, A plus Tom Brady. Tom Brady didn't eat the dirt.
I would also I wouldn't give them an A, more so a B. Only because I don't know how the line would have done as far as running wise, because the Bucs kind of abandoned the running game. So the full effort comes from protecting Brady. They did a hell of a job doing that, but none of the running backs had a big break hold. Like there was nothing as far as the ground game. So
we gave up. We gave up on the run game because we were playing catch up because of what the running backs did. So we took away their privileges and just said, all right, we're going to just bomb it the whole way through. We know we can run. We want to be a running team, but y'all both messed up. So, okay, here go y'all punishment. And like I said, Lenny got a chance to go back out there and prove himself. He caught that pass in the fourth quarter, on that last drive, which is pretty clutch. That's why I'm saying, like, it clearly shows that it clearly shows everybody who is the favorite running back without saying it. For real. It clearly shows because look who we used in the clutch moment.
Well, Ronald Jones has a fumbling problem. His fumbling is not a secret. He fumbled multiple times last year. So,
and we almost lost the game. We would have lost the game if the kicker wasn't missing all them doggone field goals.
And so for me, that's the thing. Like moving forward, if we want to talk about next game moving forward, there is no way the Bucs have 4 turnovers again. At least I hope. Let's hope.
I don't think that's going to happen again.
So you talk about the 4 turnovers. If you take the 4 turnovers away, like you just said, The Bucs would have been far ahead in this game. Like this game wouldn't have been as close to take those four turnovers away compared to the only one turnover the Cowboys committed, which is a pick in the game. So I think that again, the Cowboys.
Wow, that is so true.
Yeah, the Cowboys kicker.
Did they fire him?
No, he's still on the team as of today.
Yeah. If he had missed that clutch field goal last night, he probably would have got left at the airport.
So I think that's what the Bucs have to understand, and when we talk about moving forward, Sunday, I think that
we got the Falcons too, y'all. We got the Falcons.
So the Bucs need to be looking at the Falcons game as not laying an egg, but actually,
what we playing at?
Getting better in Tampa. So next Sunday, the Bucs need to be looking at this Falcons game as putting their A+ game because you need that. Because after the Falcons, they go to LA to play the Rams. And the Rams,
that's going to be the game right there. We got to get our get back. We got to get our get back for that one.
Yeah, so the Bucs need to be in next Sunday in Ray J with no turnovers and literally kicking on all cylinders. It's week 2. You've had that one game to where you had to get used to being on the field for the whole game. Because preseason starters don't play the whole game. So, week 1 was the first time they've been in the, 4 quarters, playing all 4 quarters. So your endurance, your agility, like all that stuff comes back into it. Like your body's like, wait, we playing 4 quarters again? So next week, the Bucs got to, look at that Falcons game as a stepping stone, building and working out those kinks. Because when you play the Rams, and I guess I'm saying my prediction now, when the Bucs go and play LA, I expect them to be 2-0 where they head to LA to play the Rams. That's going to be a game where you silence the critics or you enable the critics. The Bucs can silence the critics and say, yeah, we are in that repeat conversation if they go to LA and beat the Rams. But if they lay an egg against the Falcons and then go lay an egg against the Rams, then you're giving all the naysayers credibility. But I think after this Dallas game, I think you can say that 1, Dallas is better than we thought. 2, the Bucs are for real.
So one thing about these new games, man, when you start the season off, you really don't know who is who. You really don't know who's sorry. You don't know who's really good until later on down the line when the season. I say probably towards like the end of September, then you start to realize who's actually good. So. I mean, I know that offense is, I feel like the Bucs are still for real. My question is, are the Dallas Cowboys, are they for real? I don't know, man. That kicker got to go, bro. I feel like they can get some better kickers, but they can get anybody better than him.
I honestly, as much as I hate the Dallas Cowboys, the way they played last night, that defense looks like a brand new unit. Dak Prescott looks good. The only thing they got to figure out is how to get Ezekiel Elliott his touches, and they will be okay. Now, do I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to the NFC Championship game or win the Super Bowl? No. But do I think the Dallas Cowboys can make the playoffs this year, unlike previous years when Cowboys fans have kept crying that they're the best team in America? Yeah, I think this year is maybe the year the Cowboys live up to the hype of America's team. So, I think the Cowboys showed their worth last night. I think Dak Prescott showed that the injury did not affect him, that he's back.
Damn. You see that, bro? You see that? You see this? And they frying dude. Yeah, it's funny. Everybody frying them right now. These are just the fans.
I think when people make comments like that.
Oh, did you hear about this yesterday? Did you see that? Did you see this? So dude got caught saying something. I forgot what he said, but he left his mic on last night and he cut it off.
I heard it. I mean, they were discussing what the penalty was. They were discussing what the penalty was. That meme is making an extra. But back to the Devin White, I understand that comment because people, as far as when they
had 10 tackles.
Hold on. I understand the comment because people watch and want to hear names. They don't look at, okay, he's been in this play or disrupted this play. They want to hear Devin White with the interception.
And that's why I challenged the Buccaneers this year. That's why I challenged the Buccaneers this year to be a pick six or whatever. Just put points on the board. I feel like if you're gonna call yourself grave diggers, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be grave diggers out here, you need to put some points on the board.
So I mean, yeah, I definitely agree, and I do think Devin White played a good game, but
good game, 10 tackles, bro.
On the flip side, when your offense gives 4 turnovers, the Bucs really need it. When we got 1 turnover, but Dak Prescott looked like a Hall of Fame Pro Bowl quarterback out there. And me personally, I don't think Dak Prescott is a Hall of Fame quarterback. Dak Prescott is good, but I don't think he's as good as what the Bucs defense allowed him to be. And that's the thing is, as a longtime Bucs fan, we have like this deja vu because, for Bucs fans, we used to letting our defense let bum quarterbacks look like they Pro Bowl quarterbacks. So that's why I always harp on the secondary because we definitely have to tighten that up because, when we go to I'm not worried about a Matt Ryan. Yeah, Matt Ryan, do I think he can still throw? Yes. But if you go to Jared Goff or Matthew Stafford now in L.A., not a Jared Goff, we've made changes and the Rams have made some changes, but I think that the Bucs have to tighten up their secondary, and we have to go in games because it baffles me how going back to the Super Bowl, we make Patrick Mahomes look like he's a high school quarterback with the deer in the headlights. But when you look at last night,
I think teams caught on, man. I think teams caught on. They had a whole summer to sit there and look at that footage on what we did to Kansas City because nobody had the answers. Nobody had the answers except one other team, I guess, that beat them. Whoever that team was that beat them. Who beat them last year?
Well, I mean, I know with Pat Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers really didn't put up that worth or Drew Brees in the playoffs when we played them. So it's like our defense fluctuates. Like we play good one game and then like just drops off. So I don't know.
Can't blame Vernon Hargreaves no more because did you see that play in the preseason? Not that preseason matters, but did you see that play with Ronald Jones when they played against the Texans? Ronald Jones kind of like skipped into the end zone. You seen that play? You seen that part?
I'm sure it's not.
When he scored that touchdown, that touchdown on the run. That was against Vernon Hargreaves, bro. That was Vernon. Vernon was over there by himself, and I'm like, well, what do you know?
Yeah, so I think next week the Bucs pick up the W. I don't. Next week should not be a close game. I know it's still a division game, so the Falcons are. We beat them twice last year, so the Falcons are probably.
They got Kyle Pitts. But I'm telling you, he coming. He's not explosive like Julio.
But this is when
Kyle Pitts, though. I've watched him all the way in Florida the whole time.
This is when I need the Bucs defense to show their worth in games like this because you got a team that you should beat on paper. Beat them. If you know you're better than them, beat them.
Well, we did beat the Cowboys. We did beat the Cowgirls.
No, and I'm talking about moving forward, like with the Falcons. Falcons game, and the Cowboys game honestly shouldn't have came down to the last 2 seconds. You take away the
actually deserve. Do you feel like we honestly deserved the win, but I felt like we deserved to lose too.
Well, anytime if I hadn't watched the game yesterday, and you would have called me and say, "Hey, BM, we had 4 turnovers yesterday," I would be like, "Oh shoot, we lost." What else? I
don't think you would say that in this era. I think if it was the Jameis and prior era, you would have said, "Oh, that's an L all day. It ain't no point in me watching him." Now that Tom Brady is in town, you know what's up. 4 turnovers. It ain't the same no more. Buccaneer culture is changing right now. Would you agree that I think the Buccaneers are really trying to, I even feel like life after Tom Brady, I really feel like we're really trying to make a dynasty. We're trying to compete with the Steelers. We're trying to compete with the Cowboys, the Cowgirls. We're trying to compete with those other teams that got multiple championships. I really feel like we're trying to flush that old Buck system out the, flush that old Buck ways out the system, and we're trying to develop winning habits, which is basically win by all means, pretty much. And I think that's what the new culture is. So I feel like those 4 turnovers, it don't hit the same like how it hit prior to Tom Brady.
So my thing with that is, again, talking about this Falcons game, the Bucs need to have a game where they're not going into the fourth quarter trying to win a game, because the Bucs need a game where you go in the fourth quarter, you up 3 touchdowns.
That was the old Buccaneers too, to be honest. We always try to play catch up in 4.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but they don't need that. So like the Bucs need a 3 touchdown lead against a team like the Falcons or the Panthers or whatever other schedule that they have, that these are teams they know they should blow away, because you do need a Kyle Trask to come in and play starters. Like you need a Kyle Trask to come in and play in a regular season game where starters are still in. And
he's a Florida State Seminole, you guys. I'm a Gator.
Yeah, you are a Gator fan.
What?
We ain't. That's a conversation for another day.
I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing in this house.
You probably know the war chant. You could probably sing that and shout that in your sleep.
You better be lucky. I can't. You better be lucky. You know where I live.
You know the war chant. You trying?
I'm going to say it. I live in Gainesville.
You trying to?
I live in Gainesville. I live in Gainesville. I live in Gainesville.
What I mean?
And I live in Tampa too.
Exactly. You a fake.
Whoa!
You a fake Gator fan. Fake Gator fan.
I'm a fake Gator fan, and why would you say that? We ain't been winning nothing.
When did you start rooting for the Gators?
I started rooting for the Gators when I started dating my old lady.
Exactly. So it was a force.
But I wasn't a college football fan. Now I'm a college football fan. And let's not talk about you. You a UCF Knight, a Florida State Seminole. You a FAMU Rattler. You're a FAMU Rattler.
Hey, shout out to UCF though. We in the Big 12. That was an announcement this morning. Big 12. Let's go.
So now y'all can compete for the championship?
Yes, sir. Well, I think the earliest year is like 2023. But yeah, UCF is in the Big 12.
Wait. 2023 what?
That's when I think the first year that UCF can be fully accepted. Because we still got the American Athletic contract and stuff to deal with.
Oh, I didn't know all that.
Southern. Shout out to my HBCUs. Kent, I see you repping the Southern Jaguar. Shout out to my HBCUs. I actually have
a Jaguar. Where's that at? Where's that at? Southern Jaguar. Where that's at?
SU. Shout out to Southern. I actually am a alumnus of the great Texas Southern University too, down in H-Town.
Well, that's in Houston.
Now Southern's not in Houston. TSU is in Houston, but Southern is. I'm about to say I was hoping Kent would respond. There you go. Baton
you
Rouge.
Don't even know. Oh, Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
You didn't even know, and you over here playing these games.
I was about to say Louisiana. But I couldn't remember if it was Baton Rouge or somewhere else.
You know what's funny? The dude who I blocked, I think he was on to something. He said one of us was fake, and it might be you.
Nah, it's probably you. I couldn't remember where Southern was. I knew it was Louisiana, but my head was like Baton Rouge. I don't want to say the wrong place, but Southern.
Now I know it's in Louisiana. In Louisiana, that's the place I ain't gonna ish on Baton Rouge, but that is the place I would not be traveling to. I'm gonna just say that.
I'd have been in Baton Rouge plenty of times. Living in Houston, you got to go through Baton Rouge to get to New Orleans. So
I did go through there to get to New Orleans. Yeah, but everybody out there, hey man, nice lemonade you got right there, bro.
It is. I actually want to say like the Publix lemonade is very good.
Yeah, let me see it one more time. Looking pretty. Oh, you holding it like it's a little something else, but hey man, lemonade.
Lemonade, that's it. But now again, shout out to Southern HBCUs. This is a side tangent, but Deion Sanders has done wonders for HBCUs in the sport and just putting HBCUs on the map. No matter what university, college you've graduated from in HBCU, I think we can all appreciate what Dion has done for Jackson State.
They secondary trash. It was trash last year. I know they secondary was trash, and I can name.
who
I can name who. No, I appreciate what he's doing. He's, you have to get somebody like a Prime to at least rip the Band-Aid off and start a new process. Like, I understand. I don't have no buts to that. So go ahead.
No, Eddie
George. Shout out to Eddie George too, y'all.
Again, I'm a TSU product, the TSU, Texas Southern, not Tennessee State, who claim they.
So you don't support Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie?
Yeah, they claim they the TSU. I am from the TSU of Texas Southern University.
Bro, you are UCF Knight.
If I could get up, I would show you my degree that reads.
Well, go get it. And I was just gonna go tell you to go get it. I can handle these people real quick. Go ahead and get your little degree.
You do that. So
go ahead and get your little degree. Go, and I'll get my degree too. All right, so everybody right now, man, you know what I'm saying? Look, here it is, everybody. This is what I want y'all to understand. The Buccaneers are going all the way. We're going to go to the NFC Championship, and we're going to have to see who we play in order to get to where we at. B-Ham, what he like to do is he like to try to put a lot of salt in my game, and he's trying to tell me I'm not a Gator. And, he come up with all these little different excuses. I know we're not talking about the Bucs right now, but he come up with all these different excuses trying to tell me I'm not a Gator. This dude represent many different things. This dude represent TSU. You know what I'm saying? Then he represent the Florida State Seminoles. Then he represent the doggone UCF Knights. And to be real, I want to say he probably represent USF on the low just because it's close to Tampa. He got all these different teams that he say he support, and he don't even know who he riding with. But everybody out there, man, you know what I'm saying? This is what we do. Everybody, I really appreciate you for joining Bucs World. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because we're going to be back at it all the time, man. We won't just be doing Buccaneer talk all the time. Well, we won't be doing Buccaneer talk all the time, but there'll be times when we get up on here and we'll be talking about teams to look out for, players to look out for, and stuff like that. And we will be tuning into that. Make sure you go back to the other videos that we have on the channel. I have all kind of stuff out there now. I told y'all I got a copyright strike last night on both channels. I got a copyright strike on the Spoken Reason channel. I got a copyright strike on the Bucs World channel because I guess I previewed all the spotlight highlights. So I guess you can't do that no more. Oh, let me get my degree. Hold on. Let me get my.
What did it say? Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. So, back to the noise you was talking about.
Hey, what that say? Is that what is that? That's like a high school diploma to me.
No. What did it say?
Texas Southern. What the heck?
Okay.
You went to that school? You went to that school? When you went to that school?
Don't act dumb.
Bro, I am serious. I had no idea you went to that school. I thought you were taking online classes for UCF again. Bro, I had no clue. I'm serious. Bro, dead serious, bro. I ain't know. Bro, I am serious, bro. I had no idea you. So you went on campus or you were taking online classes?
Sir, on campus when I was living in Houston.
Bro, I thought you were taking online classes and just tapping into UCF stuff. I ain't know you. And that's how I know you're a traitor. You're a traitor, bro. You're a traitor.
No, it can't. The Tigers, of course.
Boy, pick one, boy. Which one is it? Are you a Knight or are you a Tiger? What the heck?
I mean, my undergrad, I root for both. UCF Knights.
What the heck? I had no idea you went to that school. I'm serious. What the heck? What's y'all mascot?
I said Tigers.
I had no clue. I can't believe you sitting here. I can't believe that. I mean, I can believe it, but that junk kind of twisted me up a little bit. I had no clue about that. You ain't never say nothing about no Texas. You just say you going to school in Texas. I just thought that, you tripping. You wear many hats for somebody who's supposed to be loyal. Oh, and also too, y'all, if y'all don't know, we talked about it last night, and this right here gonna make the cut this time on the YouTube channel. Brandon called himself a Jameis Winston fan and dropped the jersey off at Goodwill. This dude dropped the jersey off the Goodwill, bro. He told me before we went live last night, and I told you I got that strike, so I can't show y'all what the video look like. You got to go on my Facebook to go check it out. But Brandon called himself a you. And what's so crazy is Jameis Winston is a Florida State Seminole. So you call yourself a Florida State Seminole, right? Jameis went there. He came to the Bucs. You supported him. We went to the game. You feel me? And who did they play when we went to the game? Who did they play?
Bears. The Bears. Mike Glennon.
Okay, they played the Bears.
Mike Glennon was the quarterback.
So you support Jameis Winston, right? On one hand, but then you got rid of the jersey and actually took it from your hanger, put it in the box, and dropped it off at Goodwill and said, "Here you go." But you're a supporter.
He don't play for the team no more.
That don't make no sense. Yeah. You lying, man. So y'all, it is though, man. You know what I'm saying? Till we meet again, everybody. You know, Bucs World. Brandon, I hope you heard me what I said. We're gonna have to do some more things, you know, throughout the week to get this thing running. It can't just be recaps. You feel me? It could be other things like, you know, talking about teams to watch out for that we're gonna play, certain players or whatever. You know, let's get on that. Oh, CeeDee Lamb was shaky. I don't think he was shaky. Like shaky in what way?
Because CeeDee Lamb definitely helped me out of my fantasy team, so I can't be mad at that.
And why are you picking that dude on your fantasy team when he's not even on your team?
Because CeeDee Lamb definitely has a bright future in the NFL, and I recognize that. You know, you don't have to play for the Bucs for me to understand talent. So I know CeeDee Lamb has talent. So I had to snag him on my fantasy league.
Oh, you never told people this year. Oh, keep going.
I must say, just like Patrick Mahomes is my quarterback. So you know.
Okay. Wow, your quarterback. You couldn't pick Tom Brady?
Nah, because I mean.
You're basically saying you trust Patrick Mahomes more than you. All right, if you really had to pick to be like your actual quarterback, you're the head coach and
to start a
franchise. No. Well, this is the good one. Start one, bench one. Who you benching? Who you starting? Patrick Mahomes, you the head coach, or Tom Brady?
And to just play one season, like to just play now, I would start Tom Brady. But to play consistently and to be your future, Patrick Mahomes, without a doubt. Like if we were having a draft, I would take Patrick Mahomes over Tom Brady because
Tom Brady is
but Tom Brady is not the future. Like Tom Brady is not like Patrick Mahomes.
If you had a draft, you would pick Patrick Mahomes over Tom Brady.
Yeah, like in my fantasy, what I did 2 weeks ago. Like, and I'm talking about the careers now. Like Tom Brady being 40 plus years old, and Patrick Mahomes.
He gonna play with us until he's 50. He's gonna play until he's 50.
Yeah, but so and when I speak of fantasy, Tom Brady is a one-dimensional quarterback. As the GOAT. Sound off. I'm gonna get to that because Justin Fields is also on my bench right now because I got him just in case.
Wait, I don't know how to play fantasy, y'all. So all this stuff is Greek to me, or Greece, whatever you say, Greek, whatever, however you say it. You know, all this stuff. Maybe I ain't get my bachelor, y'all. So obviously, he must be the smartest. Start. Oh, let's do. Hey, how about we start? That's what we should do. That should be the next game that we play on Bucs World. Start, bench. All right. So we should have a list of start and benching for every position, right? And then we should come back and grab all the players around the NFL, people on your fantasy and other people's fantasies, and that should be the next game. The next upload should be start or bench. All right. And we're gonna do that one, and we're gonna come up with a list, and y'all gonna come up with a list and tell us. So Beham, put your information on the thing. Write your information so everybody can hit you up. So we got to develop a name around here.
I changed my name.
You changed your name.
Yeah, it's just Beham.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if y'all want to send those things, then we're trying to get everybody on one accord. But somebody says start.
So Tom Brady is a one-dimensional quarterback. We know that. So when I look for fantasy, we know Tom Brady is going to pass. He's going to do well. He's the GOAT. But Patrick Mahomes can also run. So Patrick Mahomes,
bro, anybody can do anything.
But potentially, Patrick Mahomes.
He got Tyreek Hill over there, bro. Who can't play with Tyreek Hill?
But Patrick Mahomes also runs. Like, so we like Patrick Mahomes can give me points from running, from passing. Tom Brady's only going to give you points from passing. Patrick Mahomes can give you from multi-dimensional. So that's why Patrick Mahomes was the first pick for me.
I think Tom Brady going to take off and give us a good 15 this year. I don't know how he going to do it. Well, I think Tom going to take off this year, bro. I got a feeling Tom is going to have one play this year where it's going to be so unexpected. Well, I don't really know because people are really trying to take Tom out of there, you know. On one end, they want to blitz, and on the other end, they don't want to because they scared. All right, somebody said Mahomes started and bench Lamar, cut Tom. Ooh. Bench Lamar and cut Tom over Lamar? If I had to pick that, start, bench, or cut, I would start.
See, that's what I'm saying.
You had your chance, B-Ham. You had your chance, B-Ham. It's my turn.
My homie is starting. He feels me. That's all.
It is my turn, B-Ham. Dang, man. God, dog. Start Tom Brady, bench Mahomes, cut Lamar Jackson. God, dog, that hurt. Because I don't want to cut Lamar Jackson, man. I don't want to cut this dude. And shout out to Pompano, Florida, too, man. You say it's real big soldier turn. You heard that. That's right, Kiki Marie. But y'all, you say especially on fantasy, gotta run it up. Well, y'all know about that fantasy, and I don't. Well, y'all, we about to go ahead and get out of here, man. Any last things you got to say, B-Ham?
I'm good. Go Bucks. You know, I think Kent said it earlier. We're 1 down, 16 to go. So it's a long season. So we start off 1-0, 2-0. It's my expectation next week.
All right, y'all. So y'all give me a good little 2 minutes. Brandon ain't going nowhere. He gonna sit here and vibe. I'm not gonna play the entire song. I got 2 things to play. It ain't gonna take long, but we're gonna start off with the song "Grave Diggers." Anybody that don't know what that is, that's the official Tampa Bay Buccaneers song. You can check it out by Mr. Rip. Okay, Mr. Rip is the name, and it's called "Grave Diggers," and you can get it on all platforms. It is the official Tampa Bay Buccaneers song for right now. All right, we're trying to get this thing worldwide and what it is, and here is the song "Grave Diggers."
Grave Diggers.
You know the words yet?
Tampa Bay.
The words yet?
Stand up.
Hey.
Grave Diggers. Tampa Bay, we off the chain. We ain't worried about a thing. We looking for another ring. We some grave diggers. High pose, he a beast. 3-4, 4-3. Either way he bring it heat, cause he a grave digger. Hey, you're 24, yeah, he a grave digger. Get live 45, he a grave digger. We wear our heart up on the sleeve. We don't even keep score. We just run it up and leave. We going back to back. You heard what I said. We say that JPP, that 90 piece straight up off the head. Shaq a dog. He got that bark, he got that bite. When the game is on the line, he gonna fight. That's what we like. Hey, and we dare you boys to fight back. Cause you won't get your life back, baby. Cause we like that. We some ballers, wear our heart up on our sleeve. We don't even keep score. We just run it up and leave. We some grave diggers. Hey, Big D the player is a grave digger. Hey, Jamel Dean is a grave digger. What? SMB is a grave digger. The whole team is some grave diggers. We in the trenches, shout out Will Ghost. I'm on a mission like a Brutus Ghost. Mike, it was off the edge like he run days. Speaking on a Hall of Fame, shout out Boulevante. Grave diggers. Tampa Bay, we off the chain. We ain't worried about a thing. We looking for another ring. We some grave diggers. High pose, he a beast. 3-4, 4-3. Either way he bring it, cause he a grave digger. Wait, you're 24, yeah, he a grave digger. Get live 45 in the grave digger. We wear our heart up on our sleeve. We don't even keep score. We just run it up the lead. And your running game is not involved. You try to run, you gon' run into a Domicon. Come to Ray J on Sundays, you don't wanna miss this. Jordan Whitehead coming down with the hit stick. Red and white moving sideline to sideline. Went front, you all be headed to the pylon. We won the Super Bowl, the ship ain't lead a dock. Top Bowls in the blitz, I bet you boys miss a block. Anytime, any day, we gon' ball every day. Yo feel the I feel, it don't matter what we play. No risking, no business. Shout out to that boy BA. Coming on the winning streak, but hey, you gon' lose today. Stack too quick for your tackle, tell them lose some weight. Big shit, send you boys packing like
Red, let me see you do it, bro.
I mean, it wasn't no grave digging yesterday, but you know.
You say what?
Wasn't no grave digging yesterday.
We gonna get to that. He a grave digger. Here live 45 is a grave digger. We wear our heart up on our sleeve. We don't even keep score. We just run it up and leave. Now, what did you just say? It sounded like you said a slick comment.
I said there wasn't no grave digging yesterday, but
well, that's what Rip said too. Rip said the same thing. The grave diggers did not show up at all. They did not show up at all. All right, there was no grave diggers last night, and you're right.
It's only first game. We're running
Got
back
that?
this week.
I agree, buddy. And the way you finished that lemonade, man, you know, dang, I ain't know people drink lemonade like that.
You never drunk it in like a little big little glass?
You know, the way you kind of, it took a long time for you to finish that lemonade. It was just babysat on the bottom, and you held onto it on the bottom the whole time, like I'm holding.
I'm talking.
What?
Like, how do you? I'm talking. I can't drink like the whole time.
Drink what?
The lemonade. What do you? Do you want me to go get the bottle of lemonade? That Publix, their new lemonade is actually fire.
I actually didn't know it was a Publix in North Carolina.
There is. Now you got
He babysitting the damn lemonade. Okay. Okay. Y'all heard him. All right, y'all. So we're about to head out, y'all. We really appreciate y'all. B-Ham, go ahead and give him a peace out, man.
I'm good. Holla at me. Send me a tweet, something.
All right, let's go ahead and get it, man. Hey, yeah. Go ahead and send my dog B-Ham a tweet, man. Show some appreciation, man. You know what I mean? This is what we do. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And y'all, we are out. I'm gonna let my instrumental play for a little bit, and we're gonna roll out. But make sure you pay attention to these bucks right here. Check this out.